Hey guys, this side Vanshika and welcome to my channel Knowledge World. So as you know that I was explaining the chapter of class 8 cell structure and function. So today this is the second part of that video, and in the first video whatever we have learnt I'll be recapitulating it in this video in the starting, and then we'll be proceeding further. So let's start with our chapter. So those who are watching it my video for the very first time, I'll be recapitulating the topic so that they'll be understanding it betterly. So in the previous video we studied about what is cell, discovery of cell by Robert Hooke and how he discovered the cell. Then this was the informative fact. Then two types of organisms, multicellular and unicellular. Then shapes of cell we studied about. We have seen all these cells, and then size of the cell, and today we will be covering cell structure and function. So let's get started. Cell structure and function. In a unicellular organism means in an organism with a single cell, a single cell performs all the basic function of life, but in multicellular organisms there is a division of labor. As I have already told you in the previous video that in multicellular organism many same types of tissues join together and perform the the assigned function. And in the unicellular organism means only one cell is there, so the same cell, only the one cell performs all the functions. There is no division of labor. So this also I have told you in this arrow. Let's study what is written. Cells, then tissues, then organs, parts. So what is written here in the cells? Cells are the basic structural units of an organism, and cells form tissues also. Then in tissues what is written? Made up of specialized cell with similar functions, and then they form organs performing a particular function within the organ. They form organ, and then in the organ what is written? Perform a particular function such as respiration, digestion, etc. So how is the body formed? Firstly, a basic unit of life is there, which is cell. Then cells get together to form tissues. Then tissues get together to form organs get together to form the organ system, and organ system forms the body. Now we'll study the basic components of cell. As you can see in this flowchart, it is explained very nicely, so we'll study basic components of cell. Everything inside a living cell is the protoplasm. Everything which is inside the cell, the living cell, is called the protoplasm. You can note down this thing, protoplasm. What is protoplasm? Then protoplasm is equal to nucleus plus cytoplasm. You can note this also. Protoplasm consists of nucleus plus cytoplasm. Then what is written? Cell membrane or plasma membrane. It is written over here about the cell membrane or the plasma membrane. So what does the cell membrane does is separates cell from one another. It separates the cell from one another. Then what it does? Protects the cell from the surrounding medium. It is written very clearly. I don't think so I need to explain it more further. It is porous. Cell membrane is porous and allows substance to move in and out of the cell. Also, the cell membrane is the selectively permeable membrane. You can note my words. I am repeating again. Cell membrane is the selectively permeable membrane, means it controls the entry and exit of selective molecules inside and outside the cell. Okay, in one or two sentences, if you have to define the cell membrane, then you can write this define. Then we will study about cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, jelly-like substance between the nucleus and the cell membrane. This cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance or jelly-like liquid, you can say, and it is located between the nucleus and the cell membrane. Nucleus everybody knows. In the 7th class also you have studied about it, and in this class also we'll study about it in detail. And cell membrane we have already covered here. So it is a jelly like substance, cytoplasm, which is located between the nucleus and the cell membrane. Cytoplasm contains organelles, means components of cell. It contains organelles of cells such as mitochondria, Golgi body and ribosomes. We'll study about all of these organelles, cell organelles, or the components of cell in detail within this chapter. Then we will study about the nucleus. So because of about the nucleus, what is given we will study here. It is usually spherical in shape, as we all know. It is spherical in shape and situated in the center of the cell. It is the center of the cell. So it is spherical in shape and it is situated in the center of the cell, and also it is a vital part of the living cell, and it is the main component. It acts as the center head of the cell. Next, acts as control center of the cell and controls all the cell activities, as I have told you just now. It also plays an important role in inheritance of characteristics. So from the nucleus there are three parts: nucleus, nuclear membrane and nucleolus, chromosomes. There are three parts. So firstly we'll study about nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is the covering of nucleus which separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. And about the cytoplasm we have already covered here. So it is porous and allows the cytoplasm and nucleus to exchange materials or molecules. Once again I'll repeat, nuclear membrane is the covering of nucleus which separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. It is porous and allows the cytoplasm and nucleus to exchange materials or molecules. So next is nucleolus. Nucleolus, what is nucleolus? Using the microscope of higher magnification, means when we'll use the microscope with a higher magnification, we see a small spherical body inside the nucleus which is called nucleolus. Nucleolus plays a vital role in making proteins in the cell. Chromosomes. Chromosomes are the thread-like structures in the nucleus which carry genes, and these genes only carry the characteristics of parents to the younger generation. Genes, here also it is written. You can click the screenshot or note it down. Then what we will study next, to observe the basic components of a plant cell. This is an activity which will show what it will prove, the basic components. It will show you the basic components of plant cell. It is also given in the NCERT book. In this you have to peel an onion and then place a small piece of the onion on a you have to put some water on it and then put it on the glass slide. Then you have to put a drop of methylene blue solution on the layer and place a cover slip on it. While ensuring that no air bubbles get trapped in the cover slip, place the slide under the microscope and you will see this. You will observe this figure. So you can do if you are interested in doing this. And then there are this is another activity which will show the basic components of the animal cell. You can check it out from the NCERT book and then you will perform. So now let's come to the organelles found in both plants and animal cells. So these are the organelles which are found in both plants and animal cells. In both these organelles are common. So among them, first is the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER. We also call it as ER. So firstly I would like to show you this figure. See, observe those parts: nuclear envelope, nuclear pore, crystal space, crystiny, rough endoplasmic reticulum means rough ER, ribosomes, smooth ER. So this was the figure and now we'll study about it. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of canals. As you can see here, it is a network of canals made up of membranes, encloses a fluid-filled lumen. Some fluid is also filled in this. So it is a network of canal as you have seen in this image, in this diagram, and also has some liquid, and this is of two types as you can see here, rough ER and smooth ER. So let's study about the rough ER. Rough ER is lined with ribosomes and hence looks rough because of the presence of rough ER of the ribosome. Rough ER is rough. This can be a give reason question that why rough ER is rough. So rough ER is rough because of the presence of ribosomes on its structure. Okay. Then function of RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum. What function it plays? It plays a key role in synthesis of protein as ribosomes are attached to it, and ribosomes do protein synthesis as we know already. And now smooth ER, which is the second part of the ER. It does not have any ribosome and hence looks smooth. So this type of endoplasmic reticulum, this type of ER is not possessing any type of ribosome and thus it is looking smooth. So this can be also a give reason question, so you should note this fact. And what is the function of SER means smooth endoplasmic reticulum? It plays a key role in synthesis of liquids. So I hope ER is clear to you. You can have a glance of this diagram. Diagrams are given very nicely on this side, that's why I'm showing you. Then second is ribosomes. So firstly observe this picture, small subunit, large subunit and ribosome. There is a small subunit and the upper one is the larger subunit and both are forming a ribosome. Ribosomes are also called the protein factory of cells. This is an objective kind of a question or MCQ type of question, so you should note this. Ribosomes are spherical bodies made up of RNA, ribonucleic acid and protein enzyme. They do not have membranes and are present separately in cytoplasm. So these are spherical bodies as you can see in this diagram and are made up of RNA, whose full form is ribonucleic acid, and protein enzyme also, because they are the protein factory of cells, so they possess the protein enzymes, and they do not have membranes and are present separately in cytoplasm. इनमें कोई भी membrane नहीं होती है और ये separately present होते हैं cytoplasm में. So function of ribosome क्या है? Ribosomes are the sites where the protein synthesis takes place. ये तो हम पहले ही 2-3 बार पढ़ चुके हैं कि function of ribosome is the protein synthesis. Here also you have studied protein factory of the cells. So Golgi body हमारा next component है, next organelle which is present in both cells, plant cells as well as animal cells. So firstly observe this image, observe this diagram, crystini, cis phase, incoming transport vesicle, lumen, transphase, newly forming vesicle and secretory vesicle, transphase. This is an Golgi apparatus. This is a Golgi apparatus. It is smooth. Let's study about it in a bit detail. Smooth flattened sac-like structure called crystini stack, as you can see in this picture. Crystini stack to stand together in parallel rows to form Golgi bodies. They are in parallel rows. You can see that they are forming, crystini stacks are forming in together in a type of parallel row, and then it is forming Golgi bodies. So Golgi cis phase receives protein from ER means endoplasmic reticulum. It receives and modifies, packages and stores it. So I hope this will be clear to you. Golgi cis phase, you can see it receives protein from the ER endoplasmic reticulum and modifies, packages and stores it. As ER is possessing ribosomes, so that's why it is receiving protein from there and modifies, packages and stores it. It also dispatches proteins in vesicles to various destinations. And what is the correct function of Golgi bodies? The Golgi apparatus are responsible for the secretion of enzymes, hormones, and proteins. So in today's video we'll study only this much, and in the next video I'll teach about mitochondria and further. So if you like the explanation way, then please strike a like, share and subscribe to my channel for such best explanations, and also press the bell button to get the latest notifications. Stay tuned with me, and I'll be coming with the next part of the cell chapter soon. So bye bye and keep watching Knowledge World. Thank you for your valuable time and attention.